The key to creating this 3D carousel effect in DaVinci Resolve Fusion lies in the setup, and we're gonna do it in a way that minimizes the level of efforts required. So let me show you what I mean. As you can see, I have 6 clips here stacked on top of each other. I'm going to select all of them, right click, and in the menu choose a new Fusion clip. This will combine all these 6 clips into one single Fusion clip. So now let's just take it to the Fusion page. And over here, you're gonna see that the system automatically configured it for us. But we're going to get rid of most of this because we're pretty much going to build this from the ground up. All right, now let's bring in a rectangle masking node and then connect it to this first media in node here. And I'm going to create a slim rectangular shape. And then I'm also going to just bring up the corner radius setting there just slightly to create a rounded edge. So now what we're gonna do is to copy and paste instance this rectangle masking node. Now the paste instance is the key there. This will ensure that the setting in this new node is synced up with the setting in the other node. So what do I mean by that? Well, if we go back to the other rectangle masking node, and then let's just adjust the center setting here to push this shape over to the left. And if we look at the other media in node, you're gonna see that this also got adjusted. So by making that one change, it propagated to both clips. All right, so now what we're gonna do is to copy this instance rectangle masking node, and then we're gonna paste instance again, and then we're gonna apply this one to media in 3. And now let's pretty much just to repeat this process for the rest of the clips. And now as you can see that all these clips now have the same rectangular shape applied to them. And by the way, if you already have vertical clips, then you pretty much can skip this step. Now let's go ahead and start building out our 3D scene here. So let's bring in a image plane 3D node, a merge 3D, and also a render 3D node. And we're going to connect all of them to each other, but let's start to look at the render 3D node first. This is pretty much what this effect is going to look like once it's rendered. So this is the final effect. But for the most part, we're actually staying in the merge 3D node here to visualize it in the 3D space. So let's start to copy and paste instance this image plane 3D node, and we're gonna connect this second media in node to this new image plane 3D node, and then we're gonna connect it back to the merge 3D node. So now let's start to just repeat this exact same process for the rest of the media in nodes. And once done, you're gonna see that there's no visual difference yet for this effect. So let's come to the second image plane 3D node here. Let's go to the transform tab, and under rotation, let's find the Y setting, right click, and in the menu, let's choose de-instance. So this will disconnect this particular setting from the previous image plane 3D node. And what that means is that now we can input a number like 60. And how we got this number is that we have 360 degrees in total and 6 clips in total. So 360 divided by 6 will give us the 60 degree. Now let's go to the next one, and you're gonna see that this is where the setup is really going to help you. So you're gonna see that this change already propagated to this node, and all we need to do is to de-instance it and then simply just add another 60 here. This will get you the right number. And then when we come to the next one, same thing. Let's just right click and then make sure that we de-instance, and then let's simply just add another 60. And then we're going to just repeat this for the rest of these image plane 3D nodes. And once done, what we're gonna do is to come to the first image plane 3D node here. Let's go to transform, and then let's find pivot section. And then under pivot, we are going to start to bring up the Z setting here. And then this is going to just evenly fan out all these cards, all these clips. And you're gonna see that you can just keep adjusting this until it's reached the desired gap in between each clip. At this point, we pretty much have the skeleton of this effect ready. However, if we click on the merge 3D node, and then if we go to transform and then start to play with the Y setting on the rotation, you're gonna see that this effect is rotating in a weird way. The reason is because the pivot point is still not lined up with the other nodes. So we are going to bring up all the pivot settings here, and then we're going to click on the first image plane 3D node, and then we're going to pin it so that it's going to stay there. And then let's click on the merge 3D again, and then we're going to right click the Z setting under pivot, and then we're going to select expression. Now let's drag and drop this plus sign on top of the Z setting under pivot in the image plane 3D node here, and then this will make sure that both Z settings are connected to each other. So now let's unpin it, and then we're going to just click on the merge 3D again. And now if we play with the Y setting under rotation, you're gonna see that this is now rotating correctly the way that we want it to for our effect. But before we start animating, let's actually just work on a couple other touch-ups. And one of which is to bend each clip ever so slightly. And to do that, we are going to first of all hold down the Shift spacebar to bring up the search menu. And we're going to search for Bender 3D node. And then we're going to simply add it after our image plane 3D node here. Now in this Bender 3D node, let's first of all change the axis to Y, and then we're going to change the angle setting to 90. And then we're going to start to adjust the amount setting here. And you're going to notice in the 3D space here, the amount setting is going to determine how big of a curve we want for this clip. Now for our effect, just a slight bend, slight curve is good enough. And one thing you will also notice is that this curve is not as smooth as we would like it to be. So what we need to do though is to go back to the image plane 3D node here. Now let's go to the controls tab, and we're going to max out the subdivision setting, pretty much just to take it all the way to the top, which is going to be 40. And now you're going to see that this is going to help smooth out that curve. And best part is that this change is going to propagate to all the other image plane 3D nodes because of the way we set it up. So now let's just copy and paste instance this Bender 3D node and then connect it to the second clip here. And then we're going to do the same thing for the third clip. However, one thing you will notice is that for the third clip, when we do the same thing, you're going to notice that it's actually going to bend outward instead of inward, which is what we want. So to fix that, what we can do is to right click the amount setting here, and then in the menu, let's once again de-instance it, and then we're going to put in a negative sign for this amount setting, and that's all we need to do. Now you're going to see that it's going to bend inward. And then once we're done, let's just simply copy this clip, and then we're going to paste instance, and then we're going to connect it to the next clip, and then do the same thing for the clip afterward. And then for the last clip here, we are going to actually go back to the second clip there, and then we're going to copy and paste instance and then connect it to this last clip. And then you're going to see that so now all the clips are bending inward. It's like they're forming a circle there. That looks perfect. And the other thing we can do is to add a glowing outline to each clip. So we are going to just bring in a background node, and then we're going to connect it to the media in node here as a foreground. And the first thing we're going to do is to just change the color here from black to something funky, or whichever color that you prefer. And then we're going to copy and paste instance this rectangle masking node, and then we're going to connect it to this background node. Now we are going to first of all de-instance the border width and also the solid settings. And then once they're de-instanced, what we're going to do is to uncheck the solid setting, and then we're going to start to bring up the border width setting ever so slightly. And just a thin border I think is good enough for this effect, but it's really up to you. So now what we can do is to hold down the Shift spacebar to bring up the search menu, and then we're going to search for soft glow node, and then we're going to add it after the background node. And now voila, you have a glowing outline here, and we can just maybe increase the gain setting here ever so slightly, and also the glow size. But yeah, nothing too crazy here, but this is a nice flare that you can give to this effect. And all we need to do right now to apply this to all the other nodes is to simply connect to the media, all the other media in nodes as a foreground. And as you can see that this will just kind of easily replicate it for all the other clips. So now all the videos have this kind of funky glowing outline to them, and it looks fantastic. So now all we need to do is to start animate our 3D carousel effect. Now let's come to the merge 3D node here, and we can play with the rotation settings, but for now, actually let's come to the scale setting here. This is where if you want to increase or decrease the size of the effect, you can do it here. I'm going to just bump it up a little bit just for the sake of this tutorial. And then I'm going to set a keyframe for the Y setting, come to the end and just bring it up quite a bit there. And then let's go back to the beginning. We're going to set a keyframe for the X setting here, just to tilt it a little bit. And then we're going to come to the end of this video, just reset it to 0. So now if we just have a quick look, you're going to see that our 3D carousel here is rotating throughout this entire clip. And now let's bring up the Spline Editor, select both settings, And then we're going to just add ease in, ease out here. Let's just select all the keyframes. Let's hit F key to flatten the curve. And then we're going to hit Control T to bring out ease in, ease out setting. So let's stretch out the easing setting here quite a bit. And then we're going to bring down the ease out setting a few notches. And then to just wrap this up, we are going to just bring a background node and then just add to the render 3D effect here as a background. And then we're just going to connect it to the media out node. Now let's just take it back to the edit page. Let this whole effect render, and you guys, this is pretty much it. So yes, you can see this is the rotating 3D carousel effect that you saw earlier. And again, the key here is the setup. If you set it up correctly, as you can see, it's going to really help you minimize the amount of work that you need to do. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, I will see you next time.